Hi, it's Kim from Expressions of the Universe with your weekly wisdom for August 7th through the 14th. We are on approach to the new moon in Leo and the opening of the Lionsgate portal. And if you don't know what that is, it's okay. I wrote a blog and it is the sixth blog that I've written about Lionsgate Portal in as many years. So you could go and check that out to see what this year's particular energy is, but you can also get information from my other blogs. I know last year it was like really extensive. I explained the alignment of how Sirius and Regulus, those stars in the sky, how, when the sun is in Leo at the midpoint, which is the midpoint of the sign, the midpoint of the seasons between summer and winter. We're like at the midpoint of the midpoint. Um, So yeah, which would be about 15 degrees as I'm recording it. What's interesting, I thought my moon was at 16 degrees for years until I found out the real time that I was born and discovered it's at 14 degrees. So this new moon in Leo, the sun and the moon will be in Leo at 16 degrees. It will be hitting at exactly 9:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So adjust for your time zone. Pacific, it would be 3 hours later, correct? Or is that 3 hours earlier? 3 hours earlier. See, I screw up because I'm not in those time zones. Um, However, it's on approach. It's for 8/8, August 8th is considered the Lionsgate portal, eighth month, eighth day, and it's the midpoint. And you will be able to see in the sky the star Sirius, which is the dog star. It's one of the brightest stars, if not the brightest star in the sky. It's finally being visible again in the northern hemisphere. Southern hemisphere can always see it. Anyway, what do I have for you today? I'm pulling cards for every sign from a brand new Colette Barry deck. She's always churning out these decks, but this is called the Shaman's Dream Oracle. I haven't really had a chance to learn the deck. I did crack it open because I was dying to pull a card for myself. This is what the back of the cards look like. They're really beautiful. I did post the Lost Compass last week on Facebook and Instagram. That was the card that I had pulled, and that was about coming back into integrity. I know that I haven't been on here for a couple of weeks. I've had so many things to say, but the energy in the collective is so crazy that I just felt like it would be best if I just stay silent because I don't want to do the same thing that so many other people are doing. And that is just, oh, it's just so noisy out there. It really truly is. Everybody's trying to push a point, push their agenda, prove their righteousness, prove they're right. I don't want to be right. I just want to be kind. So we always should be asking ourselves that, like, what's more important, to be right or to be kind? And that really is the big theme with this new moon in Leo, because on one side we have that ego energy, then we also have that kind, pure, generous energy. I talk about the shadow and light. There's so much polarity in the chart. I did put the chart in my blog, um, so that you can see, and I talk about like everything that's going on. But there's such an important pivot point to the North and South Node, North Node in Gemini, South Node in Sagittarius. and how it plays into Chiron and the moon and sun energy. And just a minute. I have to pause you for a second because the dogs have to go out. I'm back. All right, so what I was saying was the polarities. The North Node being in Gemini is about being open minded like a child with a beginner's mind. The old or the South Node in Sagittarius, that is that hubris, righteousness, the virtue signalers, the people that are having to prove that they're right. Um, so we're trying to open up to something new. And if you think you know, if you think you have clarity, you think you know what's going on. I don't think that that's necessarily true because of the aspects that all the planets are making to Neptune and Pisces. There's this veil of delusion over everything. So I'm finding it really hard to be. Do you hear that sound? It's my dishwasher. I'm finding it really hard to stay grounded. So one thing that I'm doing is I'm not watching TV unless it's like a show series that I'm watching. Like I'm not putting on any news. I'm really limiting, you probably know, I'm limiting social media because I just mentally and physically and spiritually can't deal with everybody's righteousness. And I'm just going to stick with what's inside here. And I really think it's such a good time. Confirmation from the dogs or just barking. Hold on. I think it's a really good time for us to really turn off all the outer chatter and to just stay within so that we can hear our own voice. And to me, when I'm tapping in, like, okay, so if I feel a certain way and I feel triggered by something, I go within to try and find, oh, what part of me, what age is this triggering? There's a lot of bullying going on. And trust me, I was bullied really badly when I was younger because I have a birthmark on my face and it was painful. And I'm seeing, so I recognize these bullies, people that are condescending, thinking that they're giving advice, even though they weren't asked to give advice. There's a true bullying about what everybody should be doing. Mind your own business. That's my new mantra. Mind your own business. Stay within. Find out what shadow work needs to be done within you. We're never done healing. Yeah, we're all on different levels, but whatever is triggering you, if you're being triggered, know that that's a part of you from another age, probably, most likely childhood, that is being triggered. And so, like with the bullying that I see and the trolls on the internet and people having to, push their points on whatever it is, politics and science and just everything. Um, it it's clearly it's bullying and race and all of that. Being bullied when I was little and just wanting to be friends with people, and I would still be kind no matter what. Um, I just I just choose to be kind instead of being right. I used to, now I have North Node in Gemini, and so my South Node is in Sagittarius. And my mom pointed out to me, I can't remember if I was 15 or if I was 25, and it was probably both. Um, I I used to win all the spelling bees. I always got straight A's. So I'm not like trying to say, oh, I was so smart, but I was really smart and I know that I am. And I have a good education and I used to use that to like what I thought was helping people. Um, when they would say things wrong or even spell things wrong or, poor grammar, whatever. And yes, it is a huge pet peeve of mine, but I won't call people out like I used to. My mom told me like I used to hurt my sister's feelings all the time. And that hurt me when I found out that I was hurting her. And I realized it doesn't matter. It just like really doesn't matter. I walked around like a little know-it-all all the time, and I didn't realize how much it was really hurting other people. So now I just mind my own business. I stay in my own lane, and I like to spread my wisdom. I do. I do. Anyway, let's let me look at the time on here so I can mark this. All right, so we're 11 minutes in, new moon in Leo. I want to use selenite. So I've got a selenite wand. This is for clearing heavy energy. I'm going to use that. I am wearing carnelian in glass, so that is like fire energy. And I think that rose quartz is going to be it because let's open up our hearts with boundaries. But let's open up our hearts. Let's be kind. Yeah, we use the moonstone, but I just really feel like now's such a good time to just be kind. All right. Oh, you know what? I did pull I did pull a goddess card last week and I didn't present her. I've been in just such a funk that like I have so much to say and I think silence really probably was best for me over the last couple of weeks because I probably would have said some really nasty things. And I still kind of feel that way. So I'm still going within and exploring to, figure out like what is that from? Where can I heal that? And we are in that healing energy. But the card that I have picked, it was Mama, and that is shamanic. She's a shamanic water goddess. And her empowerment message, well, it would immediately say to me, and I'm hoping this is recording clear because my camera's looking a little kind of funky. Wait. Oh well. Anyway, water talks to me about emotion. It talks to me about a cleansing, a need to heal, a need to be cleansed, and the alignment message says overwhelm and empathy overload, which is kind of where I am with all the outside noise and chatter. And even if I do turn the TV off, like I still can pick up the collective energy. So it's like I can't run from it, but I can walk outside barefoot and get really grounded, and that does help. Overwhelm and empathy overload has opened up a tidal wave of emotion that feels like it is threatening to engulf you. Oh my God, yes. Feelings are unruly now, and you may discover that it's difficult. I think I need new glasses because I can't even see. You may discover that it's difficult to control them as you project their shadowy fears onto the screen of your life. The goddess Mama Coach says, your task now is to detach, step back, and allow feelings to pass through you like water without judgment or disapproval. Let your fears be washed away with self love and understanding. Yes, the world can be a chaotic place, and uncertainty can create instability where people will act out in incomprehensible ways. Yes. Move to a higher ground, say no to engaging, and wait. Now is the time to respond. Now is the time to respond when you feel ready rather than react in the heat of the moment. And that's really why I've kind of stepped back because I've been just so overwhelmed. I didn't even read this message last week when I pulled her, and I should have, because I probably would have posted it and felt so much better. Um, Let this goddess mama coach's waters of life hold you up and surround you like the fluid did in your mother's womb. Oh, okay, that's kind of gross, but whatever. Let love let love be that water. Oh my gosh. Um, I got to tell you too, so many of you have written to me over the last 2 weeks talking about the same overwhelm, the same chatter of the noise, the same discontent that you're feeling from your friends in the outer world and just everything you're seeing and hearing. So I know it's not just me, because like I said, some of you commented on some of my posts that I've made on Facebook and Instagram. Some of you, a lot of you private messaged me. I appreciate that. I'll always be open, honest, and transparent, and I will always respond to the messages. This week's goddess, because I'm going to have to post her and then do another because there are 52 cards in this deck, and I was committing to doing a goddess a week for the entire year of 2021. So, hush your mouth. Missy Elliott. Hush your mouth. That's my cat's name, Missy Elliott. All right, so this is great. Oh my gosh. It's Epona, and she's about wise leadership. Definitely embodying that Leo energy. Look at her mane. She is like the lioness, isn't she? Um, and it's card number 14, which makes me think about my 14-degree Leo moon. Anyway, more on her later in the week. Okay, I want to get into your cards. And do you see this fly on me? Fly animal totem. It's like something's a pest, you know? Um, a fly on the wall, listening. Maybe that's what we should be doing, like what the coach of mama says, like, detach and step back and wait and just like observe. I think like we're really in observer mode, and that was weird. That was weird. Anyway, let's pull some cards. Pull some cards for all signs. Now, you want to pay attention to your sun sign, your rising sign or ascendant, and your moon sign. And if you know of, if you have any stelliums or, multiple planets in a particular sign, you could also pay attention to those for this new moon. So we've got the sun and moon in Leo. It's opposing Saturn in Aquarius. It is squaring Uranus in Taurus. So you want to pay attention looking at your own chart. Where do these places show up in your chart? Because that's where you're really going to have to stretch. That's where you are going to really need to become unstuck, become not stagnant. You need to be moving. Stasis. I heard this in a podcast. Stasis is a precursor to death. So if you're staying stuck in a belief, your feet are ground in, dug in, it's a precursor to death. We have to constantly be evolving. So then you're looking at Gemini and Sagittarius. What do you have there? Gemini is that beginner mind. Sagittarius is that old, righteous hubris mind. What else is going on? We've got Venus in Virgo opposing Neptune in Pisces. So we have that opposition going on. A lot of oppositions happening. But yeah, the main energy would be the Leo to Aquarius and then to Taurus. So Leos, Aquarians, Taurians, this is going to really, really hit you. Now, what's interesting Aquarius, Leo, and Taurus are all fixed signs, as is Scorpio, but he's really not in play on this. Fixed signs meaning we dig our heels in, we're stubborn, we're stuck, like we stick to the convictions. It's really hard to move an Aquarian, a Taurus, or a Leo. Um, and so I am a Taurus rising, I am a Leo moon, so I'm really stubborn, but luckily I am a Gemini sun with Gemini North Node, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter. So I do have a lot of Gemini, a lot of flexibility. And then I have another stellium of Uranus, Mars, and Pluto in Virgo, another um, mutable sign. And I do have Neptune in Scorpio, so that's a little fixed. But then my Saturn, where I'm supposed to be disciplined, that's in Pisces, and that's mutable. So I've got a good mix. Take a look at your own chart, see what's going on. If you have questions, message me, let me know. And I'm going to cut these, and then I'm going to take from the top. We're going to start with Aries, the suns, the risings, the moons. Now, I have never used this deck before. So I'm going to go with my gut. And I think I may use the book too, just for, a little extra flavor. Okay, Aries, benefactor, grace, and generosity. So this is saying that for the Aries suns, risings, and moons, something really fantastic is coming your way. You would be the benefactor of someone's grace and generosity. And what card number is this? That's card number 3 that talks about your beliefs. And like this book is, I mean, everything is just so super new. Um, It's gifts, support, mentoring coming your way. When the benefactor weaves her energy into your life, you've been put on notice that I need some better light in here. That's what I need. And the dogs broke my good light, and so two of my good filming lights. I trimmed my bangs today, and now they're not cooperating. I know, I'm crazy. I know, right? Um, When the benefactor weaves her energy into your life, you're put on notice that all manner of positive reinforcement is coming your way. The universe wants to let you know that just as you have been generous with others, serving with your gifts, even in the smallest capacity, you will be rewarded in a myriad of ways. So that's really great. Taurus. Oh, this is cute. Taurus, it's caterpillar. So cat automatically speaks to me about independence. This says opportunity. But so the cat, like I said, I haven't read any of these except for that Lost Compass. The cat talks to me about independence, intuition, and the caterpillar is about transformation and new beginnings. So this is saying that there's an opportunity. Let's see what this says. Transformation, opportunity, independence from conditioned responses. Isn't that interesting? See, like when you know the symbols and the totems, like whenever you see them in a card, you would just automatically kind of know the meaning without even like having to read it out of the book. The energy of caterpillar appears, heralding a time of transformation and opportunity. Here you are being asked to revise your dreams. If it looks and smells familiar, step away from it for a time being. The new cannot emerge from the old, and the youthful and vital cannot emerge from the aged and sickly. Experiment and surprise yourself with what arises for you in this moment. I love it. I'll take it. All right, what do we have for the Geminis? We have, oh my gosh, and I just cleaned my kitchen here right before I came on camera because I need to be in a clutter-free, clean space. Even though this is all you see, I pick up the energy, so I made sure that I cleaned everything. It looks sparkling, turned the dishwasher on to make sure all the dishes got cleaned, and it's tidy house. Now, what's interesting, I did look at this card because I looked at the card before because it is the first card. And what I noticed right away was there are several different types of houses in this picture. Houses represent the self. The windows are the eyes to our souls, but I immediately got the impression about how we look at ourselves on the inside and the outside. And, people judging books by their cover, from the outside, well, you don't know what's on the inside. This says clarity and organization. Um, Also, tidy house, like I was just talking about, when things are out of order for me here, I'm not passing judgment or anything. I get a lot of anxiety. So I have to make sure that, I keep things clean and organized here to a certain degree. Like I need to pass the vacuum through, even on the area rugs once a day and wipe down the counters. And, sometimes we don't do that, right? I need to have my bathroom looking pristine as well. So I clean that a couple of times a week just because maybe it's my stellium in Virgo, but when things are in order, I am calm and I am in order. So, like with all the chaos in the world, it's something I can control is by keeping things at least decent, making my bed every morning. Oh, it's so nice to get into a nice made bed, um, you know, every night. So, Tidy House says clarity and organization, a thorough inventory, an auspicious symbol. I like that. If your emotional world feels messy and unruly and you can't seem to get clear, yes, a little bit, it's time to see how your environment is affecting you. See, now, didn't I just talk about that? Although your inner world has a huge impact on what shows up in your outer world, the reverse is also true. You can be influenced by the people who populate your daily life, the energy of the objects you surround yourself with, basically everything in your surroundings. Now is the time for an inventory and a full clearing of your environment. All right, Gemini suns, risings, and moons, you heard it right here from a Gemini. All right, so Cancer, let's see. This is interesting. So it says first breathe, first breath, beginner's mind. So Cancer, something brand new is starting for you. The symbolism, what can I see here? So it looks like there's a moon and then there's some planets. First breath, beginner's mind. Looks like she's holding the planet Mercury. So that would be our thoughts. That really aligns with this new moon and what I talked about. The North Node in Gemini, starting with a curious beginner's mind. Let's see what this says. Can't really can't really depict, but so what's interesting though, it looks like she's sitting in the moon holding a Mercury. So cancers are ruled by the moon. It is the emotion, so that totally makes sense to me. Planetary alignment, alignment with the stars. It says a fresh start and a renewed curiosity, natural trust, and a beginner's mind. So this really talks very much about what this North Node energy is pulling off, you know, and it's being activated even more so from this moon through the end of December. When the first breath card shows up for you, it is time to leave the old stories and the tales behind. You have arrived. Take a deep breath and another. There is nothing else you need to do but take in the new world that is revealing itself around you. Trust your natural curiosity. There is no need to dwell on how difficult the journey has been or how tight the passage to get there was where you are now. Just take it all in and experience the awe and the wonder of your arrival at this destination. That's pretty fantastic, I'd say. Okay, Leos, happy birthday, Leos. Happy new moon. All right, this is Many Masks, the Authentic Self. And this is perfect. This really is perfect. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this card while I'm finding the page. So Many Masks, can you see that? Pretty interesting. It's talking about all the masks all of us wear every single day. And you know we all do. No matter, I think no matter how authentic, um, we're trying to be, I'm not trying to be, or just being, we have to sometimes put on some sort of a mask, whether it's a happy face, to hide our sadness, or, you know, some people are afraid of what other people would think, so they put on a mask of what they think people want to see. Um, I'm sure we've all done that. Um, oh, I don't know. The list can go on and on and on and on. Sometimes, though, you think that someone is a certain way, and then you find out that they've been wearing a mask all along, right? Because little things start to show up in the outer world, and you're like, oh, like they'll show themselves one way, maybe on social media, but then in person, in real life, they are somebody completely different, right? I've been seeing a lot of that lately, or maybe like it's just revealing itself to me. But anyway, this is about being authentic. And let's see. Mini Mass. This is for Leo suns, risings, and moons. The authentic self, energizing internal allies, and the conscious shift. We live in a world where everyone we see wears a mask. Shit, I just said that. My gosh. We wear these masks to cover up and protect who we really are. We learn to do so because we've been conditioned to try to appear a certain way in society. Oh my gosh. You know what? Like I wish that I had something. Oh, I do. I do. Yeah, but you can't see it because the lighting's in here. I wish I had something to hold this. Um, Masks are not inherently bad. Rather, they provide context and structure for our personalities and our soul's expression. Some of us might believe that a particular mask, fixed and hardened onto us, is a permanent face. We forget that we're living beings with a multitude of faces, enabling us to experience a fuller, more vibrant world. And it says, your authentic essence doesn't want to be constrained by others' expectations anymore. Now is the time to strip away the mask you've accepted and discover who you really are. A new self is emerging, and your perception changes as you adopt to new ways of being. So, there you go, Leos. I think that that's pretty good, but we're a fear-based society and people live in fear, so I expect people will still be wearing their masks, a lot of you. um you know because not only that, with the fear-based society, you have to be really really afraid and really careful to speak your truth and speak your mind, especially not only in the world but on social media, because everybody's canceling everybody. And so it's like a new game in order to get your message across without using the trigger words that are triggering the trolls in society on social media. Um, and then also for you not to get triggered. Yeah, it's the new game. All right, Virgo. Virgo. You have card number 27, Heart Home. It's compassion. And that really kind of makes sense with Neptune in Pisces, I'm sorry, with Venus in Virgo. Mars is also in Virgo, but it's just coming in. Mercury will be joining, and then three of them are going to have a party in Virgo pretty soon. And it's going to be, we're going to be having to reorganize our houses and our lives and our daily routine. You just wait and see. All right, so heart home, let's see. Symbol of a heart with a house or home, several homes, or inside of that there are butterflies here. So this is really talking to me. It's like saying there's no place like home, but there needs to be some sort of a transformation. It is about compassion, but this is about compassion, I think, for the self. Virgo suns, risings, and moons. It says love in its trust. Oh, excuse me. Love in its truest form, compassion. It says, when you begin to feel like you do not belong anywhere, it's time to make your way back to your heart home. This is, oh, you know what? And I have that stellium in Virgo, so this is really resonating. This is your true home. You are being called back to the quiet place where your soul resides. And I know a couple of you Virgos, Virgo risings, Virgo moons wrote to me about the craziness in the world. So there you go. There's your perfect card. Put everything on hold for a short while. You are being offered the experience of love in its purest form, unconditional and unbounded. I love that. This is not the love you must work hard on, earn, or barter for. Drop into your heart space and rest there for a breath or two. I love that. I love that. I love that. All right, who's next? Libra. Libra. Libra will be rising on the new moon tomorrow morning, because I'm recording this on Saturday, August 7th. So tomorrow morning, Libra will be rising. So the essence for this new moon is balance. And think about all that polarity that's going on in the chart, in the world. There's a big need for balance. Now, some people might say, there's a need for justice. Well, that's Libra energy too, but so is harmony and kindness and love and beauty. Um, those are all part of Libra, so you pick and choose which one you want best, but I'm just going to stick with the balance. Overflow, overwhelm, and plenty. This is for Libra. So there is a lot of water in this card. This would talk about, the overwhelm of emotion. There's so much going on. It almost seems inundated. There is a home here, so this would be like directly maybe within the home that you could be feeling this overwhelming energy. And I do, my bestie, he's a Libra, and I know he's got a lot of stuff going on, so I get that, and that's interesting. This came up. It says there's too much overwhelm, too much of everything going on right now. So many good things are headed your way or already occurring in your life right now, Libras. Yet you may be thinking that they're not possible or you're not worthy of them. Abundance is everyone's natural state before we project our restrictions on it. Defining what it means, and I love this. So, like, it's coming. You're going to be flooded. Libra, suns, risings, and moons. Abundance is everyone's natural state, blah, 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 blah. Defining what it means, who has it, who gets it, and so forth. So, like, when we think about, oh, all the people we see in our lives that are like, manifesting, have abundance, and they have this, they have that. Like, we put these mental restrictions out there. It's for everyone, okay? Um, right now, take yourself out of your conditioning and look at your life through the eyes of plenty. I love that. And I know that my bestie's been doing that. He's been really practicing doing the manifestations every day. There are divine synchronicities destined to support your dreams, bound and are lined up for you. Yet it's sometimes difficult to discern it all because you are bombarded with way too much information and stimulation. Isn't that the truth? Distracting you from the truth and all that is all well. So there you go. Libras, that's your manifesting new moon. Scorpios. Scorpios, lost in space, needing direction. Oh my gosh. Scorpios, like it's time for your time to come. Okay. And I think, you really have to hold out for your birthday period because there are no major aspects in Scorpio for this moon for sure. Feeling lost, needing direction and focus, a 24-hour day. Sometimes in life, we lose our way, perhaps falling prey to addictive behaviors, jealousy, comparison, resistance, or fear. This happens especially when we are up leveling and genuinely changing for the better. A part of us, a part of us hiding in the vast expansiveness of space wants to sabotage our progress. Why? I think it's like a lesson. In the transformation process, our inner world no longer feels safe or inhabitable as we find that our thoughts and beliefs have morphed beyond recognition. You may find yourself adrift in this way right now, unable to focus or determine the next step. You may be tired and simply need to regroup and rest. When you lack direction, the first thing to do is redirect your perspective of time. Like a newborn baby who needs swaddling to feel safe, you're invited to reduce your life visioning to the next 24 hours. Anyone can handle living in 24-hour compartments, which allows everything to feel grounded and manageable. You get lost in space when you imagine being swallowed up by the giant vastness of the future with its dark uncertainty, or reflect on how your past has held you captive in the hall of distorted, never ending mirrors, reminding you of your mistakes and flaws, failures and losses. Take heart that the simple 24-hour container immediately banishes those two awful eternities, the past and the future, right? You will feel your energy and focus restored as you recognize that you were never lost at all. Keep it simple. Right now, conserve your energy and take care of you in basic fundamental ways, and the world will be right again. All right, Scorpios. Sagittarius, suns, risings, and moons. The Magician's Sword. Ooh, confidence in your magic. Love that. So, don't forget that this sword could be double-edged. Um, That's why, you don't want to be overly confident in anything. That's what I'm thinking. Also, the sword in shamanism, it makes me think of things that cut and things that wound, things that can kill. And so you want to be, really careful. Those are the first things that come to my mind. Confidence in your magic. Nothing can stop you, the beauty you seek. When the magician's sword appears, you are called to cut the cords that bind you to the old thought forms and beliefs. That is so perfect for the Sagittarius South Node, the Sagittarian energy that we're going to be feeling. Yes. Okay. Cutting the cords to friends who are not true. With the power of the magician's sword, nothing can stop you, hurt you, or turn you away from the beauty you seek or the goal you desire with all your heart. The sword is a tool, not a weapon, so make sure you wield it wisely and for the greater good. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Capricorn, suns, risings, and moons. Interesting. Okay, so it's hollow bone, which is teachability. When we show up in life as a hollow bone, we're allowing whatever we thought we knew to fade away, and we remain open to any possibility, to any new information that's coming in that could fill our bones with something new and nourish us. Um, Feather symbolism talks to me about whispers of ancestors, whispers of our spirit guides, looking for signs of our, um, you know, spirit guides and angels on the other side, showing us those synchronicities. The it looks like an elk or a moose head. So the only thing I could think of is like standing in stillness and quiet, yet that's where your power is. Um, so let's see what this says. Teachability, humility, being empty so that the wind of spirit can breathe through you. The hollow wing bone of an eagle is a flute for the shamans. The appearance of the hollow bone invites you to become empty of your notions of who you are, to check your ego at the door, and to know this is not about you. Relinquish your need to be right and to express an opinion, as this will not change anything right now. You are being called to peace, practice humility. Hollow yourself out and hear the wind through you and play you like a flute. You will learn the language of the squall and the storm and understand the message in the summer breeze. There is an important communication waiting for you. Interesting, pretty interesting. And I know hollow bone is very ominous. All right, Aquarius, Aquarius. And I have to say, Aquarians, we have a full blue moon, meaning it's the second full moon. It's not the second full moon of this month, but it's the second full moon in Aquarius, in the sign of Aquarius. We had one just, barely 2 weeks ago, but a second full moon in Aquarius. And guess what? It's at 29 degrees. My daughter is a 29-degree Aquarius, born on February 18th. I know so many of you that are followers and watchers and supporters of Expressions of the Universe were born on February 18th. So, with that being said, the full moon that's going to be coming up in 2 weeks from now is extremely auspicious for you. So, Cindy and Paul and Deanna and Joanna and Amy, all of you, and my daughter Crystal, you're all getting a super blessing. Ooh, Fortune's Wheel, Wheel of Fortune. Fortune's Wheel, luck and right timing. So I'm telling you, like, It's really auspicious because usually there's only a full and a new moon each in each sign. So very, very auspicious. Fortune's wheel. Let's see. Something really fantastic's coming your way, Aquarians. Now think about it. So we've got Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius Saturn's being activated by this new moon in Leo and by the sun. And then as the sun and the moon start to move in a few days, it's going to activate Jupiter. So good stuff. Luck and right timing, a turn of fortune. The fortune's wheel is a sign that luck has found the right timing in your life. You have the magic touch and everything turns to gold. There is nothing you can do wrong. You only need to hold what you desire in your intention and it becomes true. Do not waste this power on trifling things. Dream big, for surely this opportune moment will pass. Such is the nature of the fortune's wheel. And so it says, use the creative power of the fortune's wheel for the benefit of others, and the gifts will be returned to you tenfold. So when you're wishing upon a lucky star for someone else, you'll get that back too. But you can't ever do things thinking you're getting something in return. Like it really has to come from your heart. Like when you're doing something or wishing for something for someone. And of course, last but not least, Pisces. I know, and I hope I didn't miss anybody. If I did, forgive me. I think I got everybody. Pisces, what do I have for you? The Watchers. It's transpersonal. So, the Watchers, transpersonal. I'm just taking a look at really ominous looking type of card. I see Celtic symbolism in here up on the mountain. The Watchers, the sun. The Watchers, they were angels, as the myth goes. Um, were they good? Were they bad? They used to watch over human society. Or were they the archangels? I don't know because, I'm not religious, but I do know some of the stuff. But yeah, the watchers over humankind, yet all this shit still happens to us, right? So, blah diddy blah diddy blah. Anyway, the watchers are talking about serendipity, the observer and the witness, transpersonal. This is sitting back and just watching and observing. When the watchers appear, it's an invitation to stop doing. Pause, get off the treadmill, and take a deep breath. Find the witness within, the one who can observe the fire and fury happening around you, but is not caught in any of the drama. The right time, or the time is right to step back. If you have a thought or opinion, keep it to yourself. That's for everybody. Mind your business. Mind your own business. That's my new mantra. Mind your own business. Um, if you have a feeling that needs to be expressed, do it in the shower. Do not engage with the action happening around you. Simply observe. Great message for all of us. Watchers show up to direct your attention to the horizon and away from the anthill in front of you. Others might think you are simply doing nothing, but let them know that you are helping the sun to set in the evening sky. Yeah, people will laugh at you if you say that. There are bigger things to attend to. You have to spend such a long time trying to correct the course of events and the actions of others. Let it be for a short while as you become the observer rather than the doer. All right, that's all I have for you. The hour is up, and happy new moon. Happy Lionsgate Portal. Please check out my blog and check out the other blogs that I wrote because there's so much information. And if you like this video, please share it with your friends. Comment me, let me know what you thought. Give me some thumbs up, give me thumbs down. Um, yeah, I do, but I but I don't. Check out my other videos, and I will see you all very soon. Ciao.